Bitcoin's little brother explodifies how you can track all your cryptocurrencies, and we're giving away BADCOIN. It's all here on episode number 12 of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition.
Who's bad?
And hey, we're here in the house. Joel Comm on this side of the microphone and
Travis Wright on this side of the microphone in a different state.
it's really two different microphones all at the same time through the wonders of technology.
Yes, we always record this in different locations with different microphones through the same web interface. It's magic, folks.
Thank you all for listening, for tuning in. Got some great content for you today, and we just want to say we appreciate you, and there's some really cool stuff coming your way. So let's jump in. I have prepared today, while Travis was counting his coins, I prepared for you a special Coinbase tutorial. For those of you who have not yet gotten started and you're maybe a little iffy on how to do this, one of the things that Coinbase likes to do is give away free Bitcoin when you make your first $100 investment, and we've got a special link that will accomplish that for you, and it's at badco.in/Coinbase. But what I did today, while Travis again was busy stacking crypto in his mind, right, because it's virtual, I created a tutorial. And did you get a chance to look at it, Trev?
No, I was too busy playing with my coins.
That is not the sound of cryptocurrency. That is the
Check
sound
out my
of,
Bitcoin, you guys.
that is the sound of silver. Hey, if you go to our page on Facebook, which is facebook.com/badcrypto, or you go to YouTube and look for the Bad Crypto Podcast, you'll find our Coinbase tutorial that basically leads you through how to get started with Coinbase. Make it super easy. I think it's a 8 or 9 minute tutorial in its totality, and it's also on badcryptopodcast.com. You can't miss it. So
Did you just say totality? That is a big buzzword this week.
Is it?
It is, yeah, with the whole eclipse happening and whatnot.
The totality of the eclipsity of the sunity.
Yeah, I think on the day that we do that, I'm going to have to Photoshop the moon covering up a Bitcoin or something. It's blocking out the dollar. No, that was
Total
a great
eclipse of the coin.
Yeah. I did.
Wasn't that a song by what's her name? Total eclipse of the coin.
Yes. Total eclipse of Bitcoin.
Tutorials for you guys, just for you, because we want to do extra. So it's a Bad Crypto Extra. Go find that.
Yeah, we like to throw extra stuff up on YouTube. We're having fun doing some video action here and there. So if you do like the video, give us a comment on it. Give us a thumbs up on it. Let us know you like content there. I know that most people who are on the Bad Crypto Podcast, they love audio only. So video may not be your thing. So
and if you don't like it, don't click the thumbs down. Just turn to somebody around you and just give them the thumbs down and punch them. This video sucks. Wham! That's horrible. Hey, let's move into this week's question, which comes from Omar.
Hey guys, this is Omar. I've been loving the podcast so far. I'm actually really new to cryptocurrency. I have a question about offline wallets, or I guess paper wallets. Do you guys have any recommendations for where to go and do that through?
Omar, great question. And I did actually post the answer to this because you emailed us, you left a voicemail, you texted us, you sent us.
He knocked on our front door.
I saw some smoke signals. I did notice Morse code was coming in. Yep. And the Pony Express, he was like, I'm going to get on every angle possible. And yeah, great question around paper wallets. And there is a great link to that in our show notes by CoinDesk. And they talk about how to create paper wallets, why you want a paper wallet. A paper wallet can be as simple as you just writing down your private secret key and your public key on a piece of paper and throwing it in your wallet. That's how simple a paper wallet can be. You can also get as extravagant as creating QR codes and pasting them on a dot and then printing them out so they kind of look like a dollar thing, right? So there's different ways to do that, and I think Coinbase has the very best tutorial, or not Coinbase, CoinDesk.
Yeah.
So many coins.
You know, Travis, we also, the main topic of episode 7 was what's in your crypto wallet. So there's some more information there. But just to, kind of remind you guys, when you are storing your keys on your computer, then if something happens to your hardware and you don't have a backup, right? If it's a hard drive based wallet and you're vulnerable, you could be hacked. There could be malware. Your computer could get stolen. Gremlins could come in the night and take all your crypto. Who knows? But if your keys are all stored digitally and there's no backup, then adios to your coinage. But a paper wallet kind of makes it so you're in control of it. But there's some problems with paper wallets too, right? I mean,
you can lose your paper. I mean, the same thing happens if you lost your $100 bill. Guess what? You lost a $100 bill. You don't have it anymore.
It's paper, it's ink, it's fragile. If it gets wet, you might not be able to read it. If there's a fire, what happens to paper and fire. So you need to think up, creative ways to make sure that your digital and your paper wallets are safe. But Travis is right. There's a great tutorial on CoinDesk. We're linking to it in the show notes, and it should solve all of your paper wallet problems.
Yeah, and there's another issue that's been happening this week that I noticed. I saw a few posts on Reddit. I saw some on the Twitters as well. So you really want to pay attention when you are going to your exchange that you're using. So you only want to keep the coin on the exchange that you're actively trading back and forth, right? If you're not trading it, you want to get it off of the exchange. If you are on the exchange, by God, you need to make sure that you have your two-factor authentication going, because if not, you can have a big problem. Because here's what's happening to some people. They are actually clicking on a link that looks like Bittrex, except the I is an L, right? And you can't really tell that when you look on the URL that it's not an I. And so you need to make sure that you have your two-factor authentication turned on, because if not, this one dude had about, I think he said $85,000 worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum and all of his other altcoins. Basically, within 15 minutes, he went in, he logged into an incorrect Bittrex that he didn't type in, and he got it somewhere else. It was an L instead of an I. And what happened was, some person got in. Well, he logged into the account. And he didn't have 2FA turned on. So basically, this BLTTREX, what happened was they spoofed the site. The guy goes in, types in his username, types in his password, boom, now they have his username and password. They went over there, changed his email, went in there, sold all of his altcoins for Bitcoin, and then took those Bitcoins and then transferred those off the site. And guess what? That's not insured. And so you got to make sure that you put your stuff in a cold storage, put it in on an offline wallet, put it in a hardware wallet. Again, if you are questioning about that, like Joel said, episode 7, when we talked about what's in your crypto wallet, there's some really great tips and tricks in there.
Cold storage, is that like putting it in the fridge or something?
It's cold storage.
You could actually, I could see somebody who doesn't understand, going, grandma invests in Bitcoin and she takes her paper wallet and puts it on ice.
Honey, the freezer.
You told me to put it in cold storage. It's as cold as it gets there, sweetie.
I even put it in a Ziploc baggie.
I actually sent you an email. As long as we're talking about these kinds of errors, many of the cryptos and especially ICOs are using Slack to communicate with their community, and I have received 3 messages today that looked like they came from Slack, okay? The format of the email looks identical to Slack, and it said, I think the one I sent to you was for the coin metal, which is symbol MTL, which I'm in that Slack group, and it said that they are giving out one bonus metal to everybody that's holding like 100 of them. And I'm like, that sounds weird. This is no longer an ICO. And the link goes to your My Ether wallet. But when I moused over My Ether wallet, it was my ETLER wallet. It's a phishing site. So you got to watch out. Make sure that anytime anybody is saying that you can claim anything or it's requiring you to log into any of your wallets, that you check the link to make sure that it's legitimate. Because if I had clicked on that link and go, oh, I'm getting free metal, and logged in, it would have looked just like my Ether wallet page. It would have been identical, I guarantee it. And if I wasn't paying attention, I would notice that the site wasn't secure and the warning might not be showing up. And if I logged in with my key, guess what? Now they've got my key and they can log into my real Ether wallet and take everything I have there. So just be careful out there, kids. Hey, let's move on to the news. Generally, today, the market was mostly down with the exception of one coin. Bitcoin's little brother, Bitcoin Cash, explodified today, reaching as high as, let me take a look here and get a number from CoinMarketCap. It looks like it went as high as $720 today. Currently sitting at $654. Just a few days ago, let's see, August 17th, it was at 300. And for those of you that don't know, oh, that was yesterday. So yesterday it was at 300. And today, which is Friday, August 18th, 728. So if you were holding Bitcoin Cash, your money doubled overnight.
Money doubled overnight. And some people are going, well, why? Why is this happening? Why is that going on? And so what really happened?
Why?
Do you know why?
No, tell me why.
I do know why.
Okay.
So
We all want to know, Travis.
you
Tell
all
us.
want to know why. So basically what's happening is Bitcoin Cash has the mining for Bitcoin Cash has flipped towards profitability. And so it is now more profitable to mine for Bitcoin Cash than it is to mine for Bitcoin. And so more people are moving over to Bitcoin Cash. Now, what's interesting is that there's been some challenges and people were curious about the 8 megabyte block and if that was going to be a problem or not. And they think that Bitcoin may hobble, moving forward because they're getting they get backlog of transactions. The fees are going up on those. And then the profitability for mining has gone down. And then once Bitcoin Cash mining profitability came close to parity with Bitcoin, then, other miners are going to most likely start considering mining Bitcoin Cash as well. And so that to me looked to be why Bitcoin Cash did spike over 100% from the day before.
Really interesting watching all this. And of course, by the time you hear this, it could have, totally flipped on its ear and you could go back and see that Bitcoin Cash is back to 250 or something. We don't know. I'm really a big fan of coinmarketcap.com to really track what all the majors are doing. A little later on, we're going to share with you some other ideas for keeping track of your portfolio. But I want to talk about a story that took place yesterday, and the fallout is still occurring, and it's revolving around an ICO for a company called Decentraland. And I want you guys to know that as the show progresses, we're going to try to bring ICOs more into the space here to let you know some of the upcoming coin offerings that are going to be happening, and we're going to try to bring principals, somebody to interview from those so you can be informed, because, we can go over the basics a lot here, but many of you are eager to learn about what's coming next and what's hot. So we're going to start weaving in a little bit more of that as the show continues. But this Decentraland, can you explain what this startup is, Travis?
ICOs are so hot right now, Mugatu. So Decentraland, I don't really know a whole lot about it. I believe you're the one who was going to.
I'll do it then. You go back and count your crypto. So Decentraland is a distributed platform in the VR space, virtual reality. It's a shared, like a MMO, massive multiplayer virtual reality space where
is it kind of like Second Life?
Yes, if you can imagine Second Life, where, okay, my real life is really boring. I'm going to go into Second Life and create a whole other me. And, in Second Life, there's this whole economy of, people creating these virtual elements and people paying in Linden dollars, which come from real cash. It's its own little crypto environment they have, but it was never tokenized. It's just an in-game token of sorts. And so Decentraland is launching this platform that's going to be in the VR space, where owning virtual land in this virtual reality universe is valuable. People will be buying virtual property in this non-existent space that is purely in imagination. Well, here's what happened. They did this ICO yesterday. They raised $25 million in 10 seconds. Anybody who was trying to get in, they couldn't get in. I tried to buy. I sent, I think, one Ethereum over to try to buy a few tokens of Decentraland, and it sat in error forever, and then it got rejected, and turned out that the demand for it was covered so quickly by what we call whales, right? A handful of people that sent massive amounts of Ethereum to buy as many tokens as they possibly could, because they saw this thing being a big deal. Well, what did that lead to, Travis?
Oh, this is actually how I was tracking this via Twitter. I know Joel said that he was going to buy the ICO. I had seen some people talking about it on Reddit, and I was like, I'm not a big gamer. I think VR is pretty cool, but I don't actually have a VR device. I have the one that you can put your mobile phone in, but it's not, I do think VR is really cool, but I was like, this is one I'm not going to be a part of. Enjoy, good luck. And then we commented on something, and man, there were some people shooting so much vitriol out there. They were so angry because they said somebody bought 10,000 Ethereum worth 3 hours before the ICO started, and the whole ICO lasted for less than a minute, just a few seconds. I don't even know how long it is, but imagine this. This company had a raving group of fans that wanted to participate into this to grow the company, right? If you have a big, massive, role-playing game, you need a community. And what they did by letting these, these whales come in and buy 10,000 Ethereum worth 3 hours before the ICO even started, now these people who did want to be a part of it were excluded from it, and they are pissed. They are not happy about it at all, and I don't blame them. I think it was very unprofessional way they're treating their community. And that's what one said. It goes, this lasted seconds, extremely unprofessional way of treating people in the community who supported you and followed the steps. You guys effing blew it by canceling the white paper, and this only lasted a minute. That's a joke. And then just everyone, there's 200
it's a
plus
tweet
comments.
Storm. There's a ton. We'll link
Worst
to
ICO ever.
Yeah, we'll link to this tweet storm in the show notes. And here's the thing,
Enjoy Centraland.
right. Because Decentraland, the idea is that nobody holds the power. The power is in the group, in the individual. I don't want to say it's in the individual, but the power is with the individual, but it's with a mass of individuals that are all co-creating together. So in this virtual reality space, the users create. They monetize their content. There's, they sell content that could be static 3D scenes or actual applications, and property owner can rent out their land and determine how the rest of the users interact with them. But by having the power controlled where, the whales own the most of the land, it becomes central land, the whole decentralized idea. Now, that said, Travis, I think it's going to be a hit in spite of it. I think there's some people that will boycott it, but that's really compared to how many people will eventually adopt virtual reality. These people are a small minority, and I think
you look at it. I mean, how many people invested in Facebook early on, or how many people invested in those? So they were big whales who bought most of the company, and so it's just kind of ironic when it's a company called Decentraland, and it was all about the community, and that's where I think a lot of these ICOs. You want to make sure that that whales cannot come in and buy a majority of that company. You want to allow your community members who love and support you and want to be a part of you to own the coins. You don't want these whales to just do that. Maybe in some cases you do, but if you have a community that you're trying to leverage and grow and inspire to act within your platform, you're going to want to make sure that you allow them the opportunity to get in on these. This was a big mistake. They may become successful in spite of this, but wow, it was the worst thing. And then for them to come out and go, yay, it was a big success. Yeah, big success. You got your money. Not a success because you pissed off all your fans.
They got torn up. So there's the warning, and there's the news. And that brings us to our training session. And this is actually by popular demand because we've had so many people ask, whether through email or on Facebook or through our Google voicemail, this question about how do you track your currencies. If you've got some on Coinbase and you've got some in this paper wallet, and then you've got, some in a web wallet, how do you keep track of all your coins in one place? Well, guess what? There's an app for that. And I kind of wish that I was the owner of the app, because then I'd sell it and I'd make money from the app too. But I'm not.
Instead, you created iFart.
Instead, I created iFart. Fortunately, this app is available for you whether you are an Apple iPhone user or you are an Android user, and it's called Blockfolio. It says you could download it, and their tagline is, "It's awesome and free." Have you used it?
No, I have not used it, but it sounds, I did take a look at it. It looks like a pretty simplified version of the method that I actually use. Instead.
Okay, well, we'll get into that in a minute. I want to talk about this app here. Basically, you can put in any currency. I think most of them are listed. You could even track them. Do you want them to be in the crypto to Bitcoin or to US dollar or to, Ethereum? You could do whatever matching pairs you want, and you simply add the coin. And then if you want to add a buy, I bought, 5 Bitcoin at X price on X day, and you put it in, and now it's in there, and it's going to track it. They're tracking over 800 coins right now. It's set up so you can see charts for each one. There's some news stories that are in there, and you could also set it up to notify you when the coin crosses a threshold, so you get price notifications as well. Again, it's free. It's called Blockfolio. Blockfolio. Sounds Italian. Hey, come on here to the barber shop. I give you a Blockfolio.
Blockfolio. TP from my uncle.
It's I can't talk. It is late. Blockfolio.com.
It's kind of hard to say though 3 times in a row. Blockfolio.
Oh, wherefore art thou, Blockfolio? I'm at blockfolio.com. So you guys can go download it there. Now, Travis,
they had a vaccine for that though. Didn't they get rid of that? Oh, that was polio. I bet. Yeah, actually, I do have this app. I just have never used it, apparently.
Yeah, so I don't actually put in my buys because I discovered it late, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if I put in all the different buys I've done, I'd have to go back in time, go look at everywhere that I bought something and find out, put the date in there and what did I buy it at. And it's a hassle. So for me, I just use it to track the coins that I hold, not the actual amount. I keep my own spreadsheet of my own holdings, but you have an even more sophisticated spreadsheet. Why don't you tell the people about that? Tell the good people about your Google Sheets.
My Google Sheets. I have the Google Sheets, and there is a
Too much fiber in your diet, my friend.
Yeah, I need to stay hydrated. So Google Sheets. That's bad.
The wheels have officially fallen off.
Podcast. This is good. So there's an add-on to Google Sheets that you can do called Crypto Finance, and I have this in the show notes. And so basically, what you do is you download this add-on, and it will add it on into your Google Sheets. And so what you do is there's these formulas that you can do. If you are familiar with Excel and you understand formulas, this method will be for you. If you do not understand Excel and do not understand formulas, ignore this, because this is going to be something that just frustrates you and you're going to try to figure it out. It's going to be a big pain in the ass. But basically what I do is with this crypto finance plugin, I can then come in and say certain things. So I've got my own spreadsheet where I have the top 150 currencies in there, rated at the time that I built this. I have the USD price, so crypto finance, BTC to USD, and then I have the market cap, and I have the circulating supply. I have the volume for the last 24 hours. I have the percentage change in the last hour, the percentage change in the last 24 hours, and percentage change in the last 7 days. Now, the reason I did this, guys, was because I'm trying to surface which coins might be ready to pop. And so Coin Market Cap by itself is not able to do it, right? It won't show you all of the data that you want, and you can't sort it with filters. Like, I only want to find companies that have had a volume of at least $2.5 million in the last 24 hours, that have a market cap of at least $10 million, and I want to see those companies that have made a nice percentage change in the last 24 hours in the last 7 days, and I use this to sort of sort and find and identify different companies that are in different coins that I maybe haven't researched yet. And I go, oh, well, why did that one just pop? And then I can go and look, because traditionally what seems to happen with a lot of these coins is early on in the game, they have a nice big pop, and then they come down a little bit, and then they have like a little bit of time where they're chilling, and then the really good ones will then pop, and they'll hit that all-time high again, and then they'll just kind of keep growing. So I just try to identify some of those. But then I also have another sheet that I use just to track all the different coins that I have: my Bitcoin, my Ethereum, the Ripple, my Litecoin, my Neo, all the other coins, 10x, et cetera, and then I have those. How many do I have? What's the value price right now? Boom. So I can see that on my spreadsheet. It seems to me Blockfolio is probably a way, way easier way to do that. I'm just
you're making my brain hurt, but you're kind of a nerd that way. And if you guys want to have a research tool, then what Travis has discovered is really interesting. And you'll find all the links for the Crypto Finance for Google Sheets plugin in the show notes. And you can dig in there to whatever degree you want. Hey, Trav, are you ready?
I am pretty sure I was born ready.
Well, it's time. We've told people that, we've been busy creating our own token, our own coin that is the official coin of the Bad Crypto podcast. It's called BADCOIN.
Who's bad?
It sounds better when I say it like that.
BADCOIN.
I kind of want to record, a child going, Bitcoin, or something like that. Maybe a Valley Girl like, oh my gosh, it's Bitcoin. Anyhow,
it actually should be BADCOIN with like reverb behind it, with like a little slight echo.
BADCOIN. So anyway, we've created BADCOIN, and we have minted 10 billion of them. 10 billion. Put your pinky finger to your, lips like Dr. Evil. 10 billion BADCOIN. And as of now, they're virtually worthless, right?
They are virtually worthless,
they're
and literally.
We're not selling them. This is not an initial coin offering. You can't buy them from us. However, you can claim them for free. And as Travis promised, without us discussing it on the last episode, apparently we're giving away 50,000 BADCOIN to any of you that want one. How easy is that? And I've actually put together another tutorial. Not only do you have the getting started with Coinbase and claiming your $10 in free Bitcoin tutorial to watch, but on the website and on our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel, you will find a tutorial for claiming your 50,000 BADCOIN.
BADCOIN.
As I said, these have no value right now, but you can trade
Worthless.
them. And they could develop value over time, especially if we decide that you're going to be able to use those BADCOIN as a token to exchange for something of value. So the only way to get BADCOIN right now is to have a Bitshares wallet. And we told you about Bitshares last week. It's bitshares.org, and you can sign up for a free wallet. And the tutorial...
And you want to do that by badco.in/Bitshares, because that's going to unlock the BADCOIN capabilities.
Yes, very, very true. So make sure you click the link that goes to badco.in/Bitshares, and you will create your wallet, and you'll come up with a username. So there's going to be a post on our Facebook page, okay, which is facebook.com/badcrypto, and it's going to have a picture of us giving away BADCOIN. It's going to be really clear, and I think we'll pin it to the top here for a couple weeks or so. And all you need to do is comment on that post. Don't comment on other posts. You have to comment on this post. Like our page, because then we know you're there, and one of our listeners. Like it, but then comment on that post and say, I want BADCOIN, and put your Bitshares username exactly as it is. Maybe put it in quotes so we can see it. It's not case sensitive, so that doesn't matter, but whatever you come up with your Bitshares username, that's how we'll know where to send it. And then we will send you will see 50,000 BADCOIN appear in your account over the next 24 to 48 hours, depending upon how many we get and how quickly we can get those to you.
It may actually be by the end of Tuesday.
Well,
or maybe depending
on listen to this in the future. So
yeah, I'm saying the first batch of people, because right now we have the whole eclipse thing going on, and I'm going to be offline a little bit, so you're probably going to be offline as well. So
I'm never offline.
Never offline. You got that new Elon Musk brain connection to the internet, right?
I've been permanently jacked into the internet since forever. I think I went online in 1980 when I bought my TRS-80 Model 1 with 4K of RAM and a tape cassette player for a storage device, along with a 300 baud modem that you had to dial the phone and then put the phone on the coupler. You'd hear that. Mm-hmm. I was dialing into bulletin boards 37 years ago, so I've been jacked in for the majority of my life.
Your middle name is actually Dot.
Yeah, it should be, right? And I should be getting royalties on every .com website there is. Anyway, we want to give away BADCOIN, and essentially with what we've got, if we figured if we give away a billion
BADCOIN.
My calculator doesn't even go that far to see what that is. I think it's like 20,000 people could get 50,000 BADCOIN. However, we reserve the right to cut it off at any moment. So there you have it, BADCOIN giveaway. This is an opportunity for you to get currency that you can trade with for literally pennies and get used to buying and selling currency that's so cheap it's like you're handing pennies to somebody else. There's nothing to it. It's a very safe way to experience trading cryptocurrency.
Yeah, and what's going to be fun for you guys is, all the folks who are on the Facebook page and put your username in. Your username is going to be some letters and some numbers. You can't just have a full letter username. You have to have some numbers in there too. So it might be a username that you normally don't use. I think mine is TW73 is mine, so four characters long. And all those folks that are on that Facebook page, each one of you guys can trade amongst yourselves, and I mean, once it gets out there, then it could actually get value on its own. Depending if you wanted to go in the market and sell it, you could.
Right.
Ironically,
But
right?
you have to trade it on the Bitshares DEX, and that's where it happens. And so go get your bad self some bad coin. And
bad?
hey,
You are.
we want to hear from you guys. So please do comment on our Facebook page. Please do email us at badcryptopodcast@gmail.com. And if you want your question to perhaps appear on a future episode of the show, we'd love to hear your voice. Call us at 708-885-9030. That's 708-885-9030. The Google Voice operator is standing by, and she cannot wait to hear from you. Any final words for the episode, Travis?
I want to say this. This is a great review that came in from Razbot. You guys are doing a great job of educating folks on cryptocurrency. Tons of value. Appreciate the work you guys are putting in, and the very useful information and usable information that you are disseminating. Keep it up. Go crypto. The
Love it.
doctor.
Hey,
Love
guys, thanks so much for your feedback. Thanks for listening. And until the next episode of the Bad Crypto Podcast, stay bad.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.